Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another top 10 video right here on TetraBitGaming. So if you've played or even seen any gameplay of Super Mario Odyssey, you'll already know that the game has a large focus on Mario utilizing his new companion Cappy in his hat form in a number of different ways throughout the various kingdoms. This time, Mario can also ditch his regular outfit and visit the Crazy Cap store to get a hat and matching costume for just about every occasion. As such, in this video I'll be ranking my top 10 costumes that Mario can wear in Super Mario Odyssey. Since there are about 40 costumes in the game, chances are that I might not include some of your favorites, so if I don't, let me know what your favorites are down in the comment section below. Also, it should go without saying, but this video will contain spoilers for those of you that haven't played through the entire game yet. And as always, really quickly, if at any point you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to slap a like down below, it seriously helps me out a lot. And with all that said, here we go with my list of the top 10 costumes in Super Mario Odyssey. When you get to Mario Odyssey's New Donk City, you'll notice that almost all of its denizens sport a similar style of gray business attire. So how about we try to fit in a little bit better, but with a little more euphoria.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Kicking off this list at the number 10 spot is the black fedora and suit that you can purchase in the Metro Kingdom. Now Mario can tip his hat and scream "Milady" from the rooftops as he jumps around doing fedora tricks while searching for more Mountain Dew. This dapper costume will also make Mario look like he's part of the Italian mafia. Come to think of it, it's too bad that there isn't a side mission where Mario has to infiltrate the New Donk City mafia to get some power moons. Oh well, at least Mario can browse some spicy memes in style. Although this next costume originates from the NES Open Tournament golf game, everyone knows this costume better as being Mario's way of showing off his patriotism to the USA, for whatever reason. With this patriotic costume, you can show Bowser's minions the true meaning of freedom wherever you go. And coming up at number 8 is the King costume that you can unlock later in the game. After completing a certain pretty annoying task, Mario can channel his inner King Louis XIV and trot around the different kingdoms in his royal crown, cape, and goofy pants. Even the costume's shoes have gems embedded in them. This is a really neat bonus costume, and I found getting it was pretty difficult, so I sure felt like a king after I unlocked it. This next costume was revealed a few months ago, and it sent the gaming community into a spin, and I'm sure you know which costume it is. Yup, the costume that's, well, not having a costume. For like the first time ever, for better or for worse, we can see Mario without a shirt and in his underwear. Now Mario can make enemies and friends alike feel uncomfortable in any situation. But I gotta say, being an Italian dude with a mustache and eyebrows like that, I really thought Mario would have a much hairier chest. Now for those of you that thought shirtless Mario wasn't enough and you wanted even more, layers removed, Nintendo's got you covered. In Super Mario Odyssey, you can get a costume that removes Mario's shorts, and skin, and muscles and fat, and just about everything to the bones. And number 6 is the game's most expensive costume, the skeleton suit. And it does exactly that while still leaving Mario's signature mustache intact. Now I think there are other costumes in the game that make more sense to warrant the large 9,999 coin price tag, but nonetheless, seeing skeletal Mario and playing as him is definitely enjoyable. And seeing that Mario can still bust all of his crazy moves as a skeleton only goes to show that Mario must drink a lot of milk with his mushrooms and spaghetti.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
As soon as I saw this costume, it brought a smile to my face, as I'm fairly certain it was inspired by the Westernland costume Mario wears in my favorite Mario Party game, Mario Party 2. Mario Party 2 features several different costumes depending on which board you play on, and I was hit with a blast of nostalgia when I saw that the Cowboy Costume was in Super Mario Odyssey. Featuring a similar cowboy hat and yellow bandana, I think this is the ideal look anyone needs if they want to look cool while rolling around in some sand dunes. Another awesome costume you get towards the end of the game is the samurai armor and helmet. Personally, I have always found samurai armor to be really fascinating, so it was really neat to see Mario don the armor in this game. Its colors and details look great too, and I especially like the small touch of the coins on the helmet. It's the small details like that which I loved throughout Super Mario Odyssey. It's also the perfect costume choice to complement the Bowser Kingdom, which takes heavy inspiration from Japan's Edo period. I only wish Mario could have studied the blade and used a katana with this costume too. I think it was pretty expected that a Luigi cap was going to find its way into the game. The Wario cap, although unexpected, isn't necessarily a cap I'd call surprising either. At the number 3 spot is the costume for everyone's favorite taco stand manager, Waluigi. This costume lets you wear Waluigi's signature purple hat, shirt, and black overalls to show the world that Waluigi needs his own game one day too. It's pretty funny that the game itself pokes fun at how underused Waluigi is too. The description for the cap states, a cap with an upside down L on it. It's barely used. And then the description of the suit also goes to say, this outfit makes you want to lurk in the shadows, waiting for a turn in the spotlight. Maybe one day, old friend, maybe one day. Okay, so first there was shirtless Mario, and then there was skeleton Mario. How much less can we go? That's right, can I get a boneless Mario? 3-month-old memes aside, yes, there is in fact a cap in this game that lets you go completely invisible. Yup, not slightly invisible or shimmering, but 100% see-through Mario. Although I find this costume makes even basic platforming more difficult without being able to see Mario, it does make for some pretty humorous cutscenes and interactions with other NPCs. Unfortunately, unlike the Vanish cap from Super Mario 64, this cap doesn't allow Mario to pass through any objects. Well, at least not to my knowledge anyway. And before we get to the number 1 spot on this list, here are a few honorable mentions that didn't quite make it to my list for one reason or another. Now I'm sure most of you knew this one was coming. Capping off this list at the number 1 spot is my favorite by a long shot, the Super Mario 64 cap and costume. Unfortunately, like many people, this costume was spoiled for me. So as awesome as it would have been to be surprised by this for the first time, this costume still hit me with a wave of nostalgia that I haven't felt in a long time. Obviously, by putting on these 64-bit dreads, I was able to essentially bring the blocky Mario from my childhood into the modern era. Although this costume still doesn't let you BLJ, and I wish they would have also included the original Super Mario 64 sounds with the costume, this was definitely a costume I wasn't expecting, and I definitely welcome more stuff like this in the future. Nintendo even went on to add the original courtyard from Super Mario 64 into Mario Odyssey in all of its 64-bit glory as a small Easter egg to get a power moon. I mean, they even kept the L is Real 2401 star in the middle too. How awesome is that? Later on in the game, you can also complete the Super Mario 64 callback by also getting the metal cap version of this outfit as well. The game has several Easter eggs throughout the game referencing Super Mario 64, so deep in my heart, I'm really hoping that Nintendo releases some Super Mario 64 levels as DLC or something. But even if they don't, just putting this costume into the game has made me one happy scrub. And there you have it, guys, my list of the top 10 costumes in Super Mario Odyssey. Did you agree with my list? Let me know down in the comment section below, and let me know what other top 10s you'd like to see next. And for more awesome top 10s, be sure to check out my channel or click on the card right here. And if you'd like to stay even more up to date with me and the channel, be sure to subscribe here, as well as join me on all the other social media sites, which will be linked in the description below. And as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching today and for all of your amazing support, and I will see you in a bit.